Hello, welcome to Kstv Forex Academy. My name is Nana Akosisapon, your host for today's market analysis. Today we are going to look out to our weekly analysis. So today I'm going to give you what you guys need to understand over the coming week so that we all prepare ourselves for better trading. So today we are going to look at a lot of US dollar pairs and then probably pound pairs. So first of all, let's start our analysis with DXY, the dollar index. So looking at the dollar index, let me take everything off from the page so that I will start everything for you guys to see. Now, this is the dollar index. And then what we are looking at to based on price action alone. So we can see that price got to the key resistance zone over here, and then price failed to break that particular level. So what I'm looking at is if price have been able to break this wedge, create the double top pattern. Okay, this is a double top pattern, created it. I'm expecting price to fall down to the nearest support zone over here. That is 90-60 zone. But before that, something needs to happen. Now, I'm expecting price to break below 192 zone. Okay, 192 zone. I mean, I'm expecting price to break below the 92.00 zone of the dollar index. And if that happens, we are likely to push price down on the dollar index. So basically what I'm saying is that my focus for the week, over the week, that is probably next week on the 12th to the 17th, I'm looking up to the dollar index to pull downside. And notwithstanding, we are basically basing our analysis on price action only. Price action only. We have seen a rising wedge and also a double top pattern playing out nicely. And then if price touch that zone and break the zone of 92.0, we probably push price down to this particular zone. So quickly, we are going to move on to the US dollar against the euro dollar. So euro US dollar. Now euro US dollar, what I'm looking up to, this is what I'm looking up to. In fact, trend is downside. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Trend is downside. And then what we are looking out to is to look probably the best option out of it. So over here, we had a downtrend, and then price has formed a very good bearish wedge, which is a bearish falling wedge. So we are looking up to price to break outside, and good enough price have been breaking. So what we are technically waiting for is to see a little pullback over here. Price pulling back to this particular zone again will give us a good entry to push price upside. Why are we pushing price upside all the way to this particular zone? Why are we pushing price upside all the way to that particular zone? Because the dollar index is falling. So don't forget that if the dollar index falls, the euro dollar got a negative correlation with the dollar index too. As long as the dollar index falls out, it's gonna appreciate the euro dollar. It's gonna push it up over there. So it's kind of a negative correlation impact over here. So guys, don't forget, what we are looking at it is that we are looking price to push a little bit downside to test this particular zone. That is the 186 zone again, and then price will push all the way to 1.200 zone. So we move on to the pound USD. We move on to the pound USD, and then we will look at it. So the pound USD, that is a perfect idea over here. Like I told you,
the dollar index got a negative relationship with the pound US dollar. So what we're looking at over here, I will take everything off from the screen, and then you see the plain chart from the H4 view. So what we're gonna do over here is to look at it in this perspective, and then we can see that it is a downtrend. It is a downtrend, and the downtrend is being taken out. So what are we looking at apart from identifying the double bottom? Okay, we have seen that price is testing the neckline of the double bottom. So we anticipate that price, after breaking the trend line, which is the bearish trend, we anticipate that price could push a little bit back down here, and then all the way push all the way upside to 1.4055 zone over the week. So probably we are looking for an upside of the pound USD. So we look out to the AUDUSD. We look out to AUDUSD. So now the Aussie dollar, this is what we are looking at. So probably it is a very critical zone at the moment. So what we're gonna do is that if price have been able to take this particular level zone, we anticipate that if dollar still keep weakening, if the dollar index keeps weakening, price will push further upside all the way to this particular side. If price keep on weakening, price will keep it in that particular range. And don't forget, as you are trading AUDUSD, this could be another pullback. The whole of this could be another pullback. The whole of this could be another pullback for a continuation if the dollar index failed to break below the pattern it has been played. So which will give us an absolute ABC condition. So looking at it, we also look at NZDUSD, and as usual, Aussie dollar got a positive correlation with NZDUSD. So whatever we are looking at it on the AUDUSD, we will probably be looking at it on the NZDUSD. So quickly, let's move on to the next pair. Since both AUDUSD are positive correlated pairs, so we are going to take it as a positive movement. But don't forget, it's a little bit dicey, and I will hold on to see if the dollar index is going to break downside. Now let's look at to USDCHF. Yeah, this is USDCHF. So basically over here, this is what we predicted last week, and it's still not yet done. It's still not yet complete. So since the dollar index is pushing downside, we still anticipate that over the week we will expand all our, see over here to this particular. So this is where we are expecting it to go. So over here, our stop loss will be here. We are bringing our trade downside here. So we're bringing our trade downside over there. But don't forget, we can also have this a little bit pullback all over here to these particular zones, to test these particular zones. And then if price push back there, we are definitely going to see a continuation of price pushing down heavily all the way to this particular zone, 0.900 zone. So we move out to USDJPY. We move on to USDJPY. So we are going to look at USDJPY over the week. What we were doing was this. We realized that the trend line has been taken away. Trend line has been taken away. And if trend line has been taken away, we'll probably wait for a proper retest. So what we are waiting for is to be able to match the pullback, the little pullback boot to boot, any breakout and any sign of reversal pattern or reversal candlestick. We are going to push price further downside all the way to this particular key support zone at 10800 zone. 10800 zone. So over the week, this is what we are looking at. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to click on the like button. Don't forget to share the video for others should know what they are doing in the market over the week. So we move on to the other pairs. Move on to the other pairs where we are going to look at the CAD, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. So we can see there's no doubt in this. First of all, before we look out to the Canadian dollar pairs, we will take this opportunity to look out to the WTI, that's the oil. So crude oil, we will take the opportunity to look at that. So if we look at that, we will see what is happening. And then technically, all of us know that the crude oil affects most of pairs, especially the Canadian pairs. So we will take the opportunity to look at that. So let's go. Let's go. So now, as we can see, we had this whole thing being taken out of the system, out of the equation, and then price is also putting back again to see if what we can do over here. So if this is the case, what we are expecting is that we expect that price continue to sell all the way to these particular zones, all the way here. So we expect that price keep the fall condition since the upside has been utilized already. So we expect a weakness in the oil condition. And if oil weaks, we then turn to the Canadian pairs. So this is what we are looking at. As you can see, we are looking for a pullback to test the general trend line that was taken out and then probably continue the sell all over here. So that is CAD JPY for you then. So guys, you can see all these pairs get a lot of correlations, or these pairs get a lot of negative and positive correlations. You can match it good to good. Let's look at pound JPY condition or this. So this is what we anticipate pound JPY looks like. Now, as you can see it over here, we have this divergence over here, and then now we anticipate that price could probably test this particular zone. Price could probably test it, and if price push all the way to 1.4 zone, 154 zone, yeah, 154 back zone over here. Okay, we expect that price will probably test the trend line over there and then continue the downside. So we will have wait if price break above 154 zone. That is when we expect that price is absolutely a bullish condition. So guys, thank you for watching this short video. I believe and I hope that this video is going to help you guys out there. It's going to make your week a memorable week. It's going to provide a lot of tips for you. We are going to give you updates on these setups as soon as any price condition and price effects comes in mind or on the chat. So going forward, don't forget again, my name is your head trade Nana Akwasi Sapong, King Street FX Academy. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click the like button, and also don't forget to share. We will be welcoming all your comments in the comment section box. Thank you guys for joining today's section, and I wish you a happy trading.